More action from Salsa in the Square here in Times Square, New York City. Jason App, 2000 Olympic champion Rulon Gardner. Marilyn Mano will be joining us as well. The action continues. Greco-roman, 59 kilograms, 130 pounds. Spenser Mango, 5th in the world the last 2 years. A 7-time U.S. Open champion taking on Maykel Anache, who gets his action going early and trying to get something going against Mango. A lot of sound, and the 2 for the Cuban.
And it's just smart wrestling. You know, ultimately, you know, Mango's is, you know, Spenser's got to establish himself, and that's the one thing about it is oh, I wrestled this guy in the past, or he's not that good. You know, this could be over. The one thing about Greco, you know, the matches could go very quickly. If you give up basically a huge throw, 1 or 2 huge throws, the match is over.
This Cuban wrestler beaten Mango at the 2015 Pan American Championships earlier this year. 3-1 was the final. The Cuban Anache winning the title. And Mango, again, just coming off that latest U.S. Open Championship in Las Vegas. He's won it 7 times, 6 in a row. 28 years old is Spenser Mango, originally from St. Louis, Missouri.
Now Mango with the underhook position, and with the underhook position being a shorter wrestler, you know, you sometimes have leverage by being under, but you know, Spenser's a little bit nervous being in there because with the longer arms of your opponent, it gives them the ability to reach areas that you can't get to, and so it's just one of those things where you got to know, you know, what size you have and where you at.
Mango trying to come up with something down 6 zip. That'll work. 2 for Mango on the edge.
Now what the Team USA is, they're actually protesting. They're saying, hey, this wasn't an actual takedown because he actually tripped him and hooked him. And this is where wrestling is all about interpretation. You look at basically a 2/3 majority. If 2 of the officials on the mat and the technical and the judge agree, the points will be given per. And so right now, they're looking at it to see which wrestler scored. They're trying to figure out what the score is to see if he wants to.
The official clearly had put up the hand with the red wristband and signaled the 2. They hadn't put it on the board, so once they finally put it up, the U.S. pulled its challenge. So Mango trailing 6-2 here.
And that was basically a 2-point flurry, and what they were looking at was, you know, in the act of taking your opponent down, did you trip or hook the legs in any possible way? It looked like that potentially was a leg foul, and ultimately, you know, Team USA coach Matt Lindland, Olympic silver medalist and world silver medalist, decided, you know, giving up those 2 points is better than potentially losing the challenge and actually giving an additional point up.
So Maykel Anache with the advantage on Spenser Mango of Team USA here. 45 seconds remaining, first period.
And that, as you see, both wrestlers just are continuing to stay active and stay in good position, being aggressive, and, you know, finding a way. And the one thing about being a taller wrestler is you can lean on your opponent more. But the one thing that Mango has at his advantage is the ability to work those angles and not just kind of back up, but it's continuing to work the angles and stay underneath your opponent, and more like a tree, being stable and in position and not falling over and be out of position.
Saw the warning about bending of the fingers issue.
Because once you grab the fingers, you know, you cannot break basically that lock. You continue to try to, as Spenser's getting caught there, his fingers are getting locked up. The referees warned him, and it could potentially be a penalty point if they call it. But back to it, you know, Spenser Mango, you know, being down, ultimately you got to find a way to come back out there and establish that self and get back, even though you're down 4 points.
It's a shake of the head in frustration after getting taken down. by his Cuban foe. Spenser Mango looking to battle back. And again, he's clearly established himself at this weight class as the best American with that run of U.S. Open titles. Can he extend it and move a little bit higher up and get on the podium at the world stage? Again, 5th in the world the last 2 years. And he certainly has the opportunity to get back to Worlds this year. His win at the U.S. Open in the final, also the first leg of the best-of-3 World Team Trials series, new for greco-roman this year. So Mango is just one win away from being back on another world team for the United States. Again, in Las Vegas, the Worlds this year in September.
And that's where Spenser Mango realizing, for me to get to the next level of wrestling, I have to step my ability up. I have to either work harder or technically get stronger. I got to find some way to make a difference, because right now I haven't been able to break through and finally get on the podium, so something needs to change.
You look at it, 5th in the world clearly is quite an accomplishment, but being able to win one more match in a key time, have the opportunity to rise up just a bit higher and bring back a vaunted world or Olympic medal for this man who's 8th at the 2008 Olympics and 9th in London in 2012. After that early flurry and 8 points combined in the opening period, nothing doing in the first minute of this second period.
A lot of position, jockeying for position, staying in position. You know, referees looking for a passivity, trying to figure out, you know, which wrestler is going to take advantage. And, you know, Spenser dropping the head down. It's hard to find a way to score unless you can, you know, kind of dive out to the side, come out for a high dive, or try to find an angle and get around a position. But that's just where both these wrestlers are very technical and just very good at the skills that they have. Now Spenser Mango with the right side underhook, trying to elevate it, trying to figure out a way, how can I attack, but then ultimately knowing your opponent's probably a great thrower, you just don't want to take too much effort because you can get thrown off of your own aggression.
Final minute here, score remains the same with no points awarded in this second period. Spenser Mango trying to play catch-up here against his Cuban foe.
And that's where the referees, you know, even though Spenser's being the more aggressive, the referees are leaving it up to you know, the wrestlers to actually determine which one's going to get it. Even though Spenser Mango has the underhook, you know, the referees are letting them wrestle with that head down. That typically could get you in a lot of trouble if you know, keep coming in there and attacking like that.
Short time for Mango, but not able to generate any offense here in the second. Ten seconds remaining in the period. And another caution against the Cuban wrestler.
For holding the fingers, ultimately trying to break the fingers. You know, 10 seconds left, Mango has an opportunity.
Got to push out, but only 1 point as time expires. And now the challenge coming in from the United States. Remember, they pulled it before and saved it for now. U.S. thinking that their foe was fleeing the mat. We'll see if it's allowed or if it's over. And they said time was out. So Mango is going to lose. 6-4 is the final. Maykel Anache gets the win over the U.S. 7-time national champion.